Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word, that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in the evening dew, that might control the starry pole, and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise from out of the dewy grass. Night has worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while without turn away, the starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Good to be with you. It is I, your spiritual entertainer. Why is my screen spinning here? Why are you spinning, O screen? What is going on here with the screen? There it is. It is fixed now. Good to see you. The demon is here. Sir Flame Drop. Gwendolyn Aes Sedai, the high priestess of the orchard, is here. Good to have you here. Nice to see all of these wonderful people beginning the day with spiritual entertainment. It's always nice to have all of these wonderful community members bringing joy to my experience of the day. And it is starting to warm up where I am. It's going to be in the 70s today. So that is good, right? Hopefully the winter's past. Good old breeze. Bring that light. Bring that springtime. I got a new pentangle here with the Celadon's Triskelion in the middle. We'll see how it works out. The power of the pentangle. See if it keeps the fundamentalists at bay. Yeah. You can stick around. You have work this morning, but I'll be dropping a like, of course. Thank you. I appreciate you very much, our high priestess of the orchard. Glad that you're here. I'm glad that people come here every day to find spiritual entertainment. I do this every day, and we had a really good day yesterday. I think 350 subscribers around there. I mean, that was wonderful. 350 subscribers in a day. You love the new pentangle? Thank you. I'm glad that you appreciate it. Yeah. Hopefully the energies will, all of the energies going forth, keeping the fundamentalist Christians away. Some of our pentacles in the past have not worked so well. Yeah, that was wonderful, wasn't it? 350 in one day. Last week, 1,000 subscribers in a week. So I can only imagine what's going on here. Why do people find this channel of interest, right? I think a lot of the growth rate comes from the long form videos that I started posting. For about a year, it was only YouTube shorts and live streams. I did not put any videos. Once I started putting videos up, that's when it really began to take off. So I think YouTube is rewarding that the videos. That's why we're having a lot of people coming into our stream here. And it's good to build the community, right? To have those people that find value in earth-based spirituality, in druidry. You were told that you were going to hell yesterday. What a surprise. Welcome to my world. Every day I am told I am going to hell. Because you have tattoos, oh my goodness. You can't wait to get there because it sounds like that's where all the cool people are. Yeah, all the people with tattoos. See, this is a common misinterpretation of the scriptures where Christians believe that tattooing is evil. They don't know how to read their Bibles. The addressing of the tattoos in the scriptures had to do with necromancy. They would put tattoos on bodies to resurrect them. That's the prohibition of tattooing was against that, and it was quite unfortunate that modern interpretations. One of the beautiful things that we have in our humanity is the tattoo artist, right? Now, I only have one little tiny tattoo. Um, I don't think I'm going to get another. I just had surgery on my back, and that pain reminded me of my tattoo that I got when I was like 19 years old. I'm like, I have a low threshold of pain. Um, so getting tattoos makes me pass out. Unfortunately, so I could appreciate other people's tattoos, yeah, but I don't think I'll ever get one. Um, do you another bump? Much Wiccan love. You are a Wiccan. I practice druidry. Wiccans are my neighbors, but it's good to have you here. We have lots of Wiccan people that come here that enjoy the program here. Um, Blake Smith, you are a Christian and you have tattoos, but you are loved. Look at, yeah, nice to see you, Blake. Yeah, that's a big misinterpretation. You know, I was in the Eastern Catholic tradition, and tattooing wasn't a problem unless it was certain fundamentalists always are against everything, right? Don't drink a beer, don't wear pants. I mean, there's always some fascination with a behavior all the time. Now think about that. We are finite human beings. We are prone to mistakes. Do you think a God will punish you, for just doing your best, for wanting something that's nice, like a tattoo? Do you think the God is that cruel? For some people, it is. Their God is an asshole. Um, the fire and brimstone sounds like a totally not good time. Tattoos are okay. You are forgiven if you ask. That really is a contradiction here. That we have this really dude person. Do you think the idea? I mean, I don't believe you need to be forgiven for anything. There's no such thing as sin. But this idea that you can just do whatever you want and you'll be forgiven for it. I mean, do you think you could take advantage of your deity in that way? I mean, why even bother practicing the religion if you're going to not really live it? I mean, that's kind of a contradiction, don't you think? Oh, I can go and screw someone, that life up. Oh, I'll be forgiven. I'll be forgiven for being an asshole. I don't think that's how it works. When I was a Christian, it was very clear that you must live the life. Now, I don't live that life anymore, so I can be very critical of it. Mahaba to you, Athamos Apok. Oaken Hill Hermit is here, having waffles and tea. It's coffee for me here. Um, I have a tea on occasion, but the caffeine, the cup of coffee is really what gets me going. Tea just doesn't have that power that coffee has. Your only tattoo is a memorial tattoo for the guys in your unit that didn't make it back home. Granted, it's a large piece, and you have some asshole telling you you're going to be condemned for loving your comrades. You will be condemned. Yeah, that's one of the wonderful things about the military is you form these bonds with people, and you go get tattoos together. You travel around the world together. That's one of the beautiful things that you find in the military service is these bonds of friendship that last forever, which is very beautiful. When I was younger, I signed up to join the army, but in the testing, I got in an accident and I wrecked my knee forever, so I had to drop out. Um, now, the recruiter, he wanted me to scan my way. It's like, okay, you don't have any ligaments in your knee. We won't tell people about that. He was a shyster. This guy, he wanted me to join. Still, even though I had a bum knee, he wanted me to still join. Um, um, I mean, some of these guys are assholes, right? Sin is definitely real. Prove it. Prove that sin is real. Sin implies that there is a deity that is pissed off at you. There is good and evil. We know that from human observance, but you cannot prove that a God is pissed off at you. That's how primitive people understood deities. Oh, they're always pissed off. Look at my crops aren't growing. Christianity, not even modern paganism, continues this idea of pissed off deities. Christianity is the only religion in the world that continues this, and also Islam in its own way. Let's see here. Without sin, evil isn't real. No, evil is very real. Sin implies a deity is pissed off. There are no pissed off deities. That is the mythology of the Christian church, which is a scam. They have to tell you you are broken. They have to tell you that you are the problem. And then they come with their religion of salvation. I mean, it's the biggest scam in the world, in human history, really. Let's see here. Good to see you, Archbishop Richard. Good to see you, Archbishop Richard. Honey for your tea, it helps banish the sleepiness. Oh my. You like throwing tea in the harbor? I bet you do. You're a real patriot. When I woke up, speaking of patriots, I woke up this morning to the news about some guy. I don't watch football, but some guy, I guess, was at the halftime show. Everyone's pissed off about it. I mean, all of these people getting mad about someone's opinion. I don't get into the politics, but I just thought it was, why is my whole news feed here with this guy who's named after bunnies or something, frustrating the world by his, because he's Spanish or something. Good morning. You like the background, Robot Wolf? Yeah, I like it too. I thought this is a beautiful pentacle, and it's got Ceridwen's triskelion in the middle. I thought it was beautiful. And the servant of Anubis is here, the Vixen. Good to see you, our good friend Vixen. Good to have you here. Oh, let's see. Good morning, Inquisitor Bacon. He has arrived, making sure everything is not kosher. Not kosher. Oh, let's see here. Where am I at? Oh, Lady Gaga was cringe. See, during halftime. So, what do you mean by that? I don't watch any of this stuff. Now, certain people like certain types of music. You probably wouldn't like whatever music is on there. I have no idea. I don't listen to Lady Gaga. I don't listen to the Bunny Man. I don't listen to any of that stuff. I listen to Oblivion music. So I'm quite oblivious to modern music. It's just Oblivion music for me all the time. It's playing in the background. There's never a time when you don't hear Oblivion music here. So I'm not familiar with these halftime show things. And I don't even like football. Yeah, the Lions killed that for me when I was younger. I'm like, screw football. Lions, you messed it up for me. Your wife says hi and thinks the background picture is pretty. Greetings to you, wife of Demon. Thank you for appreciation of the beautiful pentacle here with the triskelion of Ceridwen, the triskelion of the Welsh people. Let's see here. Bad Bunny was interesting, but Lady Gaga was not so great at all. The Seahawks are that won the game yesterday. Yeah. I will return to football when the Lions make it back to the Super Bowl. Until then, it's been probably about 30 years since I've watched a football game. Now, when I go to visit my grandmother, she likes the football. On Thanksgiving, always watching the Lions. She is like a diehard Lions fan. She's always hoping that one day they will win. Kiki is here, our expert at homosexuality. Good to see you, our good friend, the Kiki. Good to have you here. But the sad part is the same people who complain about Bad Bunny cheered for and wanted Kid Rock with PDF lyrics being at the alternative halftime show. Yeah, all that is, these halftime shows, the musicians are politicians now, are they not? It is a really sad thing when your music becomes a political ideology, right? When your music doesn't reach everyone, when it becomes something, I hate that games, like football should bring people together, right? You should be able to sit next to your enemy and enjoy the football game, but they have changed it into a weapon. Very few things on this world are not being politicized as a way to divide people. You know, I've complained in the past about Hasbro and what they've done to Dungeons and Dragons. You know, you cannot sit at the table with your enemy the way that Hasbro has made it, unless you are a very skilled dungeon master and you just say, screw your bullshit, I'm going to do it my way. You can't be in the dungeon league anymore without politics. I mean, it's really ridiculous. Things that bring us together are being hijacked. There's an agenda by the powers of this world, the archons, to keep us divided, to keep us hating one another. And politics is the greatest tool to do that. Super Scott is here. Good to have you here, our good friend, Super Scott. It's always nice to see you and the Superman symbol. Glad that you are here. You enjoy the background, Kiki, as well? Yes, it is a beautiful triskelion here in the middle, and the pentacle mixed together as one source of power that will repel Christian fundamentalists, we hope. Let's see here. Let's see where are we at here. Yeah, the lyrics, like some call it statutory, I call it mandatory. Kid Rock would make a perfect politician, you'll think. Yeah, he's talking about having sex with younger people, right? You know, I think that is inappropriate to do. You know, I didn't like it when the Red Hot Chili Peppers lead singer was screwing a 14-year-old and singing about it. I think it is despicable and terrible. I didn't like the guitarist in Led Zeppelin, you know, always wanting 15-year-olds. These people are perverse and disgusting. You are making steak and eggs for breakfast. Who else wants some? Oh my, that really will get you going. All that protein here. Music on football especially has been political, yeah. Look what they're doing. Everything is becoming political, right? That's why we don't do politics here. We don't want to divide people. We want to bring people together. Now, in terms of druidry and paganism and witchcraft and esotericism, there is a diverse group of people that practice it. It should not be made a political ideology. It should be something for everyone. And that's unfortunate that when people use their spirituality or religion or sporting events to divide people, to piss people off. And that's all I saw today when I woke up, turned on my computer, the Microsoft feed pops up, people bitching about politics, you know, I'm not into it. I'm not into it. I know that on both sides there are things of value, but they get distorted. It no longer becomes a conversation. It becomes a line drawn in the sand. You are either for or against. And if you are against, they will try to destroy you in some way, right? You hear, like in my country, people talking about civil war and shit like that. I mean, this is terrible talk. I mean, terrible talk. The way that these politicians, to me, are evil. They are evil people. Let's see. Since every time your intention to go into the chat room to be nice and friendly, my inner assholeness comes up. So instead of trying that, I apologize in advance. Please forgive my assholeness. You are forgiven. Let's see. The Trampus Bowmaster. Oh, I forgot to announce that I am live. Let me do that. Let's see here. I got to go to my Discord real quick here. Announcements. I am live. There we are. There. All right. Let me turn that off. I always forget I have to do that in the morning. Quit Discord. There we go. All right. Returning here. Yes. Nice to see the Trampus Bowmaster. Let's see here. Panos is Fußball the devil. Fußball. Oh, man. Yeah. You know, it's the topic Woody Allen today. Oh man, I haven't heard that name in a long. Is he still around? Yeah, what he did was terrible. I mean, that guy was a pervert. I mean, getting it on with his stepdaughter. I mean, that is disgusting, despicable behavior. You know, when you have a foster child, you should be protecting that child, not screwing them. I mean, what a terrible thing, right? Let's see here. Trailer Swift is here. Good to see you. And where are we at here? Oh, your outrage. Good for you. Today will be a peaceful day. It looks like it. Yeah. Your family are officially homeowners today. You are happy. Well, congratulations. Yeah. It's quite an event when you get your own place finally, right? Whenever people start saying, trying to push their political beliefs onto me, I tell them that they have to pay me to listen because it's not for free. Look at that. That is a good way to present it, right? It upsets a lot of people, but you don't care. Yeah. You know, we have to, in terms of politics, there are things that are important to us. But there should be a philosophy before politics that you understand that you are a human being and there are other human beings. And you have to understand that sometimes you make bad choices and that other people make bad choices. And you shouldn't destroy people who are, trying to do their best in, having their views in the world. And it's really sad how politicians, they divide humanity. They make you fight wars against people in your own home, and not just people who live across the pond, but in your own home. They want you to fight a battle. I mean, there have been people who have gotten a divorce because of politics. Isn't that something, right? Where is everyone from? You are from British Columbia, Canada. Yeah, you got people from Texas, Maryland, people from Kiki is from Belgium, Vixen is from Maine, right? I am from the land of Florida. People from all over the world that are here today. Yeah, tell us where you're from, if you don't mind. I'd like to know where some of the new people are from. Lots of Canadians are here. Trampus, Oaken Hill Hermit, lots of people from Canada are on here. Bollocks to Constabulary. What do you mean by that, Nikki? Nika is your name? You are from Penn Island. Yo Maple is from Montreal. A happy caffeine time to you. Lots of Canadians here. This is so wonderful, right? To have. Now, if you are here, go up and give that thing a touch. You see that little hand thing up there? Give that thing a touch. Now, yesterday, I was out in my grove and I did a little video, and I shared a little bit of that. I uploaded a video right before I came on about religion and my philosophy of it, which is based in William Blake's understanding that we are God's religion. It's not the other way around. Now, we try, the idea of our religion is quite flawed in its institutional form, obviously. But God's religion is us. We are the object of devotion. We are the object of desire. God is always thinking. Whatever God is, always wants to be with us, always wants to love us, is devoted to us. And this is what you see in the Christian tradition. The idea of the cross is not so you could be with the God, so that the God can be with you. The idea of the sacrifice. It is God sacrificing to be with you, not the other way around. That's how I interpret it, and that is based on William Blake's understanding, the great poet, how he understood religion. We are God's religion. We are the ones of devotion. But what we do in our religious experience is that we take that element out. We want to be beneath. We want to be below. We want to be the ones that are wrong, the ones that need to be punished. This is unhealthy religion. Religion should be a reality that allows you to be loved and opens the door if you wish to return that love. Should teach you skills of loving. Should teach you skills on how to be loved. How does your religion do that? If it doesn't, you need to get out of it. If it makes you feel like you're always bad, that your God is always wanting to punish you, you're in a terrible religion. Your religion should help you to see that you are loved, you are adored, and should give you the tools to teach you to return that love. If it's not, you need to say, screw this, like I did. I left the Catholic Church, because it is a terrible, terrible and evil religion. It teaches you that God is always pissed off, always writing down what you have done wrong and making sure that you're going to be punished for it. It is a terrible and evil religion. Let's see here. It actually looks like the legal stuff your wife's been dealing with since November is finally settling down. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that you're going to have a break, right? That's wonderful that you are able to find peace finally, Inquisitive Bacon. New Brunswick, Canada for you. Yeah, lots of Sir Flame Drop is from South Africa. Ted D. and Dierson. The rapture is at any moment. I hope so. I want these evil fundamentalists to get the hell out of here. The Creator gave everyone their religion. Leave them to it. There is no true one. They all carry the truth. I don't believe that. We can all speculate on it. Now, I don't think religion is given onto us by any creator. We are the ones that create the religious response to whatever has been in our society, in our experience. That we can all speculate on it, right? Some people believe that deities give us the religion, and that's fine, as you do. For me, religion is our creativity. It is our response to the idea of the divine. And we've got a lot of inappropriate religions out there. Our responses have not been good. They have been inappropriate. You respect all religions and faiths. I hold respect for Allah. I am Morai, Tangata, Wenus Astoria of New Zealand, with Waka Papa that ties you to the land, the waters, and the Tupanu. Beautiful. I probably butchered all those words, but that's a beautiful religion that you have, right? You have something that's come to you through your people, your experience. You are tied to the land. The land is your religion. The land carries the memories. This is beautiful. That's what I try to live as a practitioner of druidry. Tied to the land. One of the things you learn in druidry is the the work with the ancestors. Now, I live in a region where there was once native peoples running around, right? I am not a native of this place. My ancestors are from the British Isles. But the people that are here, when I go out to my grove out in the swamp, I recognize them as tied to the land. And I try to work with them. I'm like, I respect you. This is your land. And I am here to honor that. That's very important. That ancestral memory, that you revere it, that you honor it, that you continue it in your own way. But you have a good philosophy there, Mark. Let's see here. Ontario for you. Look at all these Canadians here. Oh, my. Yeah, when I lived in Detroit, where I'd go to Windsor all the time. We had relatives in Canada. My grandmother, she used to smuggle beer across the border to not pay the taxes on it. Yeah, she liked the Canadian beer known as the 50. She would always smuggle 50s over the border. Let's see. The United States is better than Canada because we are allowed to own cannons. Oh my goodness. You are joking, but it's you think it's funny we can and they can't. Cannons, really? Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh man, the greatest tech on earth is the human mechanism, but we are yet to read the user manual. Sadhguru. Yeah, I love Sadhguru. He's a wonderful spiritual entertainer, right? Those last streams with Jake and Big Mike had so many subs. Who is that? That wasn't my channel, sir. I don't even know who Jake and Big Mike is. Yeah, the other day I was talking to one of my friends that are a druid, and we were reminiscing about the early video game realities like the NES. And Mike Tyson's Punch Out come up, and I'm like 007373. Was it 5462 or something? 5863. I want to go to that code. What is the Mike Tyson potion code? I'm just make sure I got it right. Mike Tyson Punch Out code. Code NES. Let me see if my AI knows what it is. I had it in my memory there. 0073735963. So yeah, I was right. Just having that burnt into your mind, right? It's crazy what you remember, right? It's crazy what you remember. And the Contra code, and no one forgets that one, right? No one forgets the Contra code. Up, down, left, right, BA, start. Yeah. All right. Where am I at here in the chat? Hello, Rodzilla. Beware of the Rod. There he is. Good to see you, our good friend, Rodzilla. Good to see you, our good friend. Oh, it's actually technically legal to own a cannon here. The purpose of use is another story, though. Oh, we're going to shoot cannons over the border at one another. That would be fun, right? The cosmic consciousness. That's how you understand deity. He is a cosmic consciousness. No, I have an idea that man did create their religion to try to make sense of their own world. That's how you understand it. Let's see here. Where am I at here? We call them Kiwis. They call us Canucks. New Zealand, yeah. I thought what was interesting, I was in a conversation with a New Zealand person, and they called people in the UK pawns. That's what they called them, pawns. I thought that was hilarious. You want a tank as a lawn ornament, and I can have one. I just can't use it for battle without volunteering first. Oh, that would be an interesting lawn ornament, right? Having a tank out in your front yard. Oh, certainly. What in the devil worship is this shit? Well, it's not devil worship, sir. I'm sorry that you are unable to have any culture in your life to recognize the diversity of symbolism without shitting your pants. Let's see here. You have a huge positive heart and respect connection to the Hawaiian people. Such a strong, authentic heart connection, people. If the bard is Celtic, I am Hawaiian. So you find a lot of spirituality. And, what is the volcano goddess? What was her name again? Someone knows the volcano goddess name in Hawaii. Slipped my mind for a moment. Yeah, they have a beautiful, beautiful mythology. The Hawaiian people, right? Very beautiful. Pele. Pele is the name of the goddess of the volcano, right? If God does exist, then he exists within all of us. And some people will manifest differently. Yeah. 5.0 weak sauce for Canadian beer. Yeah, it is pretty weak. But my grandma, I guess she really enjoyed it. Smuggled the 50s, as they were called. Maybe it was the flavor. I don't know. We have much stronger beers here that you can buy in the United States. I don't like American beers myself. Having been exposed to them as a young person, buying Bush beer when I was like 15 years old. I mean, terrible and nasty beers. Oh, let's see here. Where am I at? You're starting to think maybe God can't be all perfect. He must have certain guidelines he must stay within. Then that's a God that is limited. Is really no, deity that you probably want to be involved in, right? Now, there's a mystery that I don't understand. I know that I am loved with certainty, but there seems to be a boundary in terms of participation of the deity in the world. For whatever reason, I try to philosophize about the future, the deity not knowing the future not existing. The future is something of our making. And in our making, I don't see any gods and devils in our world, only us. And the energies manifest of these deities through us and through the nature as we know it. But the idea of the Christian God, for instance, is a terrible being because he is all-knowing, all-seeing, and he lets people get raped. I mean, that's terrible, right? I could never do that. If I had a child, let them be harmed. But the Christian will say, God brings evil out of good. Well, what a pathetic, or good out of evil. What a pathetic thing that you need to have evil happening to make good appear. I mean, that's pathetic to me. I'm still trying to understand why the deity that I experience, lets me suffer horribly. I've suffered horrible things in my life. Why, if it is, my conclusion is it is not all powerful in terms of the reality of the world that we live in. For whatever reason, it has chosen to become less or limit itself to the experience of our humanity. Or maybe we're all deity. We are a pantheism. And that pantheism is a much better explanation for suffering than the monotheistic, traditional monotheism, in my opinion. Because, I mean, it's terrible what Christians will say. Well, you know what, God, there must be a reason why you're getting hurt right now. I mean, that is a terrible thing to say to someone. I reject that understanding of deity. Now, I don't have it figured out. All I know for certain is I'm loved, but there is some type of boundary or separation. And I don't think that separation or boundary is due to a fall or sin. I reject that idea. I cannot understand it or make sense of it. I mean, that right now there are people who have been abducted and are being tortured, that are suffering right now, right? And if God is this all powerful entity, He's just sitting back doing not a damn thing. I mean, that is a terrible way. I can't explain. I reject that idea, obviously. Um, but how I see the world is that we are the only gods or devils here. Not that we are abandoned in terms of presence. Certainly, I feel a presence. Their presence is with me when I'm suffering too, and it seems to be more intense in terms of trying to comfort me. But I can't escape the dark things of this world. I can't escape the fact that I have to have a firearm in my home because there are people who want to murder me, and mostly Christian fundamentalists. I've had people on here threaten my life, wanting to find out where I live, threatening my livelihood, trying to hack. I have LifeLock on my YouTube account because of Christians, fundamentalists that want to hurt me, because they are afraid of what I share with people, because I know all of their bullshit, because I was a Christian for 30 years, and that threatens them. So they make threats to me because they know that the history of Christianity, look at all the violence. It is not a good religion at all. It is a terrible one. That is why I left. Now, as I've told people, I have no problem with Jesus. I don't think he ever wanted a church. Look what happened to it. I mean, it's an evil organization. It enslaves people. It makes you afraid of the deity. It tries to justify suffering, that God wants it to happen for purposes of bringing, good out of it. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible religion. Let's see, where am I at? Let's be real. Okay. Where am I at? Scrolling through here, trying to catch up to it. Now, if you like what I'm doing here, if some of you could go up and touch that thing, that little thumb there on your phone, that helps bring more people here. I want to talk to you. I do this every day to have conversation with you. I mean, if I wanted to talk to myself, I would just turn it off and look in the mirror, hello, and start having a conversation. I could be very good at doing that, but I want to have a conversation with you. So like and subscribe, share, get the notification bell, whatever floats your boat. You can also join our community on Discord. There's a join button over there. For the price of a cup of coffee, you could support what I'm doing here. I do this every day. I am on here. And I'm going to be on here later on today in the evening. Maybe from home, maybe from my grove. I haven't decided yet. Let's see. We can have it. We just can't use it in America. You can use it and strap it onto an F-16 if you wanted to. Oh, you're talking about your cannon? Yeah. We call that here in Australia too. It's pronounced palm, like pom pom, pom pom. Yeah, it's wonderful. We got people from all over the world. We got Australians and New Zealanders waking up in the middle of the night for your spiritual entertainment, or maybe you just can't sleep, or maybe you're on the night shift or something, working your time away here with your spiritual entertainment. Let's see here. Some kind of loose. How am I? Arsh after 11. I am doing well. Thank you for asking. I hope that you are doing well, sir. I'm glad that you have found a home here in spiritual entertainment this morning. For me, it's morning for me. The brainless one is Dobre Dizan, everyone. What language is that, brainless one? Sounds like Swedish to me. Dobre Genya. That is goodbye in Swedish, right? One of your neighbors actually has his own cannon. He dry fires it by lakes every Canadian day. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Pele, that is the volcano. Arch, after you are doing all your India bike ride solo, what do you have to say? India bike ride solo, what does that mean? Are you in some type of competition or something? Or you're just riding a bike right now? Look at me, I'm riding a bike. Is that what you're doing? It is sea shanty about starting an F-16. The CIA already put the reel on. Oh, I don't know anything about this. Don't know much about what that conversation there. Maybe it's an inside joke you have. Say no to cigarettes. Yeah, I don't smoke, sir. I am not a smoker. Um, the I only take substances that help me deal with my pain management, like marijuana. Labatt's 50 probably. Oh man, I don't know. Those was I don't remember the name of it in particular. I just remember it had. She called them 50s. It had the number 50 on it. Devil worship is fine as long as you aren't hurting anyone. I think the whole human sacrifice is so as well. Yeah, our friend here, the demon, he is a Satanist. Not in the classical traditional sense, but in his own way. The philosophy of his organization is really a contradiction, right, to the Christian fundamentalism in the United States. The other day I was watching. I don't know which politician who it was, but the Church of Satan was praising the politician for allowing them to have, to do their satanic statues and stuff. I forgot which politician that was. Um, let's see here. I mean, that's really comedy. When I see, you know, erecting a statue of Satan, like next to the Ten Commandments, that to me, it makes me laugh. I don't think these people can't be serious about this. I mean, it's satirical. I'm sure that there are people who love the devil in that way, but most of the people that are doing this, they are non-theistic, and so I think that is funny when I see them erecting Beelzebub in front of the courthouse. I think that is satire to me, humor. I don't think they're serious about it. Now, if you are a Satanist, you can certainly correct me. But I think that is just satire to doing that. It's proving a point of how, in the United States, there's no separation of church and state. It's the church is still running the show here, and not the church that you want, the Church of Christian fundamentalism in its finest. Let's see here. It's a Canadian version of Colt 45. Oh, Labatt's 50. Really? My grandma was doing it in her own way. That's hilarious. My background looks like an Oppenheimer orchestra background. No, this is the triskelion, the Welsh triskelion, the symbol of Caledwyn. And then you have the pentangle here. It has nothing to do with an orchestra. 200 BC. Oh, what's that? What happened then? There's another one for Abrams tank. If you ever find yourself in the driver's seat, or on a psyop, oh my. You are always wondering why the beers in America are so small. In the UK, they're all big cans, like Monster Energy. Yeah, probably to make money off people. Now they have quite. If you go to the grocery store, they have a diversity. They do have the larger cans as well. Um, they don't have the small cans anymore like they used to. Like I could get a Heineken this tall if I wanted to at the grocery store. Let's see here. The God of the Israelis was limited once, even as they abandoned the other deities. Yeah, you find that in the narrative, right? There was a time when he was defeated by another army with their God. I think that was in 2 Kings. Many churches perform blood sacrifices every Sunday. Yeah, I don't think that, I think that is an exaggeration. You know, I was a Catholic. The idea is participating, like as an Eastern Christian, everything of the divinity is in the bread and the wine. That is the understanding. So that when you say blood and body, it was meant the essence, the reality, everything of the being comes into you and you become the deity. That is the understanding. When you participate in the Holy Eucharist, you become what the God is. The God becomes what you are in this simple form. And as you consume it, you become what the deity is. It is not a form of cannibalism. I mean, that is an exaggeration. Um, and the idea of the sacrifice uh, is really, this is on the part of the God. It is not, it is unneeded. The God doesn't need anything from you. The idea is this acceptable for humanity? And the God says, yes. The idea of the Jesus being the perfection, being the object of love, being the reality, to make humanity divine. That is the purpose in the Eastern Orthodox tradition. So the idea of cannibalism, that's really, I mean, I'm not a Christian, but I understand the Eucharist. And I think it's, you know, really far-fetched when you're saying it is blood, you know. I know you don't have to like Christianity. I don't. But, you know, you have to give them credit. I think that's a beautiful teaching, that you can become what the God is, that everything that the God is in that, and you become the God when you eat it. Now, I'm not limited in that understanding to a Eucharist. Having dinner with my family does that. Going and watching a sunset does that. Everything in nature is meant for you to participate in the divine, not just one Eucharist. And I believe that when I was a Christian as well, that we are to make a Eucharist of the world, that everything in creation is something that makes you divine. You become partakers of the divine nature. The Eastern Orthodox Church, to me, is the only, probably the best kind of Christianity. And I probably would have turned out differently if I was in the Catholic side of it as a Ruthenian. I probably would have turned out differently if I would have been, strictly Orthodox. But who knows? I mean, they have their problems. I mean, dogma. Yeah, the idea if you're not doing it this way that you are excommunicated from the God. They have control mechanisms in Orthodoxy, but not like Catholicism or Protestant tradition. If you are a Christian, you're better off in the Orthodox Church if you want to be saved, and that's very important in the Orthodox Church. Salvation is, you're not being saved from a pissed off God. The idea of salvation in the Orthodox Church is you're being saved from the devil. You're being saved from the one who has the power of death. The idea of Jesus dying is to defeat the power of death. He dies to defeat death. That is the understanding of the sacrifice on the cross. The God dies as a human being to defeat the one who has the power of death. When the devil, the one who has the power of death, comes to consume the humanity of this God-man, instead of humanity, he encounters divinity, resurrection. That's an important message. And that would be wonderful if that is the way it is. I'm open to a lot of ideas, but the idea that you must believe it this way or else is terrible. If that is how it is, if the Christian message is true, then it should be available whether you believe in it or not. That's why the God should love you. And that's what I was when I was a Christian, a universalist. But I am not no more. I'm not against that idea, but I don't say that is the only way it must be. I know that I'm loved. Even if I do get it wrong, I'm still loved. If that makes sense to you. Let's see here. Islam and Muslims are the devil. Now, I don't like Islam or Christianity. But not all Muslims are the same, or Christians. They are not all the devil. The best part in Islam is Sufi Islam. Sufi Islam is a beautiful tradition, very universal. We have a few Sufi Islamist people that are part of our community here. It's a beautiful tradition. The algorithm knows us better than we know ourselves, certainly. And if you're enjoying this, please help my algorithm by going up and give that a touchy up there. Because some of you just watch. If you touch that, it helps bring more people here. Or off to the side, there are those little hearts and things. That helps bring, those things there. That helps bring more people here into the conversation. And also, commenting. Because I do this for the living. And I appreciate people that can participate and help in that regard. Oh, the brainless one. You aren't about the Eucharist, right? Vixen? Oh, you're talking to Vixen. Okay. Churches perform witchcraft. You eat pretend flesh, drink pretend, and drown yourself. It's not pretend for them. It is a way to encounter divinity. I don't pretend. I encounter divinity in the natural, not just in the Eucharist, but every time I go to my grove. I'm not pretending. This is a real experience for me. Now, you don't have to believe in that. You can certainly say, have an opinion that I'm just make-believing everything that I'm doing. But for me, it is very real. And I don't push that on other people. You're not obligated to understand the world in the way I do. But the idea of the Eucharist the problem with the church is that they say we have the only miracle. But from what we know in religious history and experience of our humanity is that everything is to be a Eucharist. Everything can be an experience of the divine. And in the practice of earth-based spirituality, you're really making a Eucharist of everything. Within yourself, the very air you breathe, recognizing the divinity in the sunrise, the sunset, the stars, going out to one's grove, looking at the divine in the elements. The very act of breathing should be a way to receive nurturing from the divine, the experience of divinity. So that's where I differ. Now, I am no friend to Christians, the church in that regard, but just because it's in the church doesn't make it bad. The Bible to me is a terrible book, but there are good things in the Bible as well. Oh, let's see here. Hail the all-knowing predictive algorithm. Algorithm is a demon star, the head of the constellation Taurus. Oh my, where are we going now with this? Oh my goodness here. Rodzilla, you don't want God to be limited, but I think there must be a reason why he can't just magically make everything perfect again. How I've interpreted the world that I lived in, I don't see we are fallen, but we certainly are not perfect. I think that we are in what I call a state of becoming. And this is the nature of the cosmos that we live in. The idea of many big bangs before our bang that brought us into the world. The universe always in motion. Energy and matter have always been around. And they receive, more of a perfected form as, the reality of the expansion of the cosmos continues. And that's how I interpret my life, how I interpret, the afterlife of reincarnation or resurrection, however you want to see it, is not a coming out of a fallenness or returning to a monad or going back to the Garden of Eden, but making the world a garden, making the cosmos a garden, one experience at a time, making it more better, more sustainable. And the mystery to this is it is unending. There will never be a place where we will say we are finished. There will always be this state of perfection. And certainly it will get better. The reality of the evil is really because we have not come to a place of sustainability in our cosmos that we live in. We have not come to that place where we are able to sustain ourselves in a way where we are not doing violence to one another or other beings. We haven't come to that place yet, but we will eventually. Think about just in the past, 100 years, life has gotten better, right? Much better than our humanity keeps getting better. We have, what we know of our ancestors going back to prehistoric times. We are much healthier, much better in the world than ever before. And yet we still deal with the problem of hurting one another, right? In this algorithm of the cosmos, this problem of evil and how it manifests, there are powers, I believe, that, have come out of this algorithm that want to keep us not growing. They like the chaos. They like the evil. They like the power. These archons, as they were called by the Gnostics, or the Apostle Paul, the prince and power of the air. These are real things to me, that, keep us in a state of corruption. They don't want us to grow because our energy empowers them. Our fear, our pain, it empowers them. And these are the forces that we are fighting against. We are not fighting against one another. We are fighting behind the face that operates through us. When a child is born, it doesn't want to kill you, right? There's something that happens in its life that makes it into a murderer. There are forces always at work in this world. And these are the forces we must overthrow. And how do we do that? The message of the Christ is by loving one another, loving your enemy. That is how you build a culture of victory, of defeating these powers. When everyone's loving one another, they don't have any power anymore, right? But, they are very crafty. I mean, I really believe they hijacked the Christ, and the invention of the church. I mean, it's been a terrible organization that is manipulated and controlled. It is a power of the archon, in my opinion. Let's see here. You hope the next sea shanty the algorithm sends me, it's how to make $1 billion tax-free. Oh, man. Yeah, that would be nice. When it comes to this type of understanding, Bard, I think the world should melt away. It comes down to personal experience of the deity of divine energy, everything around us teaching. The world is the only way to know the divine. You cannot know the divine without what this is. You experience chemical reactions when you interact with the divine. This is not separated. This, you don't lose this. I am against the idea of henosis, the idea of being absorbed back into something. I find value in my skin. I find value in a rock. I find value in a tree. I find value in the air. These things to me are something that are to endure in a more perfected form as we are in this state of becoming. I don't want to melt away. I want to live. And that's what, I think the purpose of reincarnation is, or resurrection, if you are a Christian believer, is to enter the state of perfection. Not perfection without, the idea of everything you're stopped, but making it better. making it better. You actually do hope that God is limited, because if he isn't, that means he has a lot of explaining to do. Yeah. When I was a Christian, Sir Flame Drop, my understanding of deity was very romantic, that God has the power to limit itself, that in making humanity, the deity takes on the reality of time and space in order to genuinely love us for what we are, and allowing us to return that love, to create a hole in its heart so that it could receive from us, limiting itself, making the rock bigger than itself so it could fall on it, right? I had a romantic understanding of that. When I was a Christian believer, that's how I understood deity, as becoming less. Now, I have certainly changed my understanding of the divine since then, but that made sense to me when I was a Christian, that God became what we are so we could become what God is. There was no almighty, all-knowing, all-seeing. I rejected that philosophy as a Christian. I thought it was terrible. Just based on science, quantum physics, there is no future. The future does not happen. It comes from the moment to the next moment. The past is real, but the future is not real. This is what we know from our sciences, and that's how I understood the divine. You're adding to your playlist right now. Jana Hamala Lian. Jesus loves you and wishes no one to go to hell. Yeah, then why did he create it? And see, this understanding of Christianity is terrible. These people are being controlled and manipulated by a terrible teaching. I guarantee this person here named Jana Hamalalian, they wouldn't even be a Christian if there wasn't a hell. Hell is a lie. It is an evil teaching. If a God loves you, there would be no hell. There would be no hope. Let's see. She could just return today and make judgments. Yeah, right? That would be more appropriate, right? Why continue the problem? Why allow evil to flourish? If the devil is the source, right? Why not deal with the source? That would be more, that's what a father would do. A father would stomp out the problem, right? Let's see where I am at in the chat. Just a little bit far behind in the chat, but not too far. Let's see here. In your opinion, Brainless One, the world would become more animist and we didn't have the comforts of the modern age? Yeah, probably, right? I don't think it's the comforts that are the problem. It's the philosophy. One of the problems of the Enlightenment is it separates this idea of deity from everything. And that affected the religion as we know it. The idea of deism, for instance, is a product of the Enlightenment. Let's see here. If Jesus doesn't want us to go to hell, then he shouldn't create it. Exactly. Right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, this should be common sense to people. But what happens is that they are brought into this tradition of bullshit, and they don't know anything else, right? They're brought into the tradition of bullshit. Oh, it's getting a little bit cool in here. Ranging that a little bit so it keeps the heat in my clothing here. We can follow Jesus without the church. Probably even better when with just the scripture. The scriptures to me are evil. They are a product of the church. Follow the history. The church invented the scripture. They invented the canon of scripture. It has an agenda. It has a control mechanism in it. You can follow anything without an institution, certainly. But the Bible is the institutional reality. I reject the Bible. I don't reject Jesus. The biblical narrative is terrible. It is not good. When I was a Christian, I had to reinterpret it all the time. If you are following the Bible, as you say, Jesus says in Matthew that you should be following all the laws of the Old Testament. And if you teach people differently, then you will be called least in the kingdom of God. You're not doing that. I guarantee you, you're not doing that. You don't want to burn me alive for having a pentacle in the background here. Which suffer or which not to live, right? That's what you are told, right? In the Old Testament. You're not telling your daughter to marry your rapist, right? You don't treat women as 2/3 the value of man. You're not bashing babies' heads against stones that are your enemies or praying for that, right? You're not doing that. You are reinterpreting it because you have an idea of God that is good and loving. And the Bible is not a good book. It is put together as an agenda. Now, if you go to a Jewish people, not everyone are fundamentalists about their Bible, the Old Testament. They understand it as a collection of wisdom of their ancestors. They know that God doesn't tell people to go murder children. They reject it. For them, the Bible is their history, it's their culture, and the way their ancestors understood God was not right. But it's sacred to them because it's their history, right? It's special to them. My Celtic ancestors in their mythology, some of it was not good. It was not good. The way they understand their deities back then was not good, right? But their stories are important to me as as someone who wants to honor my ancestors. I don't see it as a word of God. When I read a mythology, like of Ceridwen, I know that she isn't what the mythology is. Mythology points to her as a person, but she is not the mythology. The mythology is one of my ancestors was telling a story, and another ancestor added to that story. There's a lot in the mythology when it's mythology. But when it comes, this is how she really is, then you're screwed. Let's see here. Smash the like button. Yeah. The first comment on it, there's a unique irony of using AI to make this song. Yeah. How do you feel about that? AI making music, right? I've heard some AI music and I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. That is a very touchy subject for, when I listen to Led Zeppelin, I mean, these people in the magic that they do in their music is quite beautiful and wonderful. That magic is imitated in an AI, right? I don't have people messing around with AI and making music. You do what you think. I use AI every morning. I take a piece of art and I make it come to life with AI. I have no problem with using AI. But some of the art that we do, there's some magic that we lose in there. I mean, just thinking about when I listen to Led Zeppelin, I'm like, this is magic. I mean, there's something so beautiful about how all of the instruments and the vocals are put together, right? You lose the magic with the AI. It is artificial. I mean, it might sound good to the ear. It might do the same thing. Might draw a tear from your eye, but the magic is gone. There's something beautiful. We have a lot of musicians that are a part of our community here. Well, how do you feel about that? Some people don't like electronic music. I like electronic music. You are skilled. The people who make electronic music, you are putting all the beats together to create a harmony. Now you use artificial foundations for that, but you're putting stuff together. Now the same thing applies in an AI. You are responsible for guiding the machine to create. So how do you feel about that? Some of you, like I get complaints every now and then for my YouTube shorts, I use AI to make the art. It's original art. I just make it come to life. Like you see a sun, I'll make the sun come alive. Like you have a goddess with fire in her hand, the fire becomes alive. I use AI to make things come to life. I enjoy using AI, but some people are quite frustrated with it. There's always going to be abuses, right? Let's see here. Hell is a Christian creation, yeah. Well, and it goes back before that. I mean, you can go all the way into Zoroastrianism. There's always these places of torments that societies create to get you to behave. And this is the same thing. Without the Catholic Church teaching hell, they're the ones that made it a doctrine. It became an official doctrine during the Council of Trent, when they said, yes, hell is real. And if you're outside the church, you're going there. They made that an official. Before that, in the church fathers were all different opinions on that. They used it to control people, to make you not want to join Martin Luther in the game. Before that, hell has a theological weight in opinion, but there was no doctrine. Hell as an idea controls you. A lot of people use their religion to control you, like the idea of Valhalla. Valhalla in the Nordic tradition and the ancestors was used to make you go out and fight and to reward you for doing it. It was a way to control you. It was not, now you might romanticize Valhalla and make it into something else. Modern pagans do, right? Norse pagan people. But its context was to control people, to get you to be a warrior. That's how ancient societies functioned. Their gods were warriors, right? You had to go out and rape and pillage your neighbors in order to get above the rest, right? The same thing you find in the Old Testament, right? What is Yahweh? He is a warrior God. He tells people to rape and pillage their neighbors and rewards you for it, right? That is a teaching to control people. Now, modern Norse pagans, you've turned Valhalla into something else. You understand warfare in a different context. But by itself, Valhalla is not a good teaching. It promotes violence, right? Let's see. Jesus went to hell after he was crucified and proclaimed victory over death. Yeah, that is the teaching of the Orthodox Church. Yeah. Our own subjective experience with divinity, our Dharma, and our capabilities for freedom and love are where it's at. Not what's happening in prison camps. It's too far removed. Scripture is highly edited and corrupted. Biggest psyop on the planet. Yeah. The Bible, even the Old Testament, has an agenda. The Old Testament, as we know it today, during the time of Christ, there was no Old Testament. You had various Jewish communities with their scriptures that they said, this is about our history, this is about our people. Just look at the Dead Sea Scroll community. They had their own Bible. Everyone had their own. The Old Testament that you have today comes from the Pharisaical tradition that Jesus hated, right? That is the Bible of the Old Testament. The Hebrew scriptures, as they are called today, they are an agenda against Christians. The history is all there. For 10 centuries after Jesus, they edited their Hebrew scriptures to get the shit out that Christians were using from the Septuagint writings that said Jesus is Messiah, like the idea of God having sons. They got rid of that. We have in Talmuds and other historical references, they said, don't use that word. They edited their scriptures for 10 centuries. When did the Old Testament become a canon in the Catholic Church? The 13th century. Before that, many different churches had their own Old Testaments, like the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. They, to this very day, they have the Septuagint with the Book of Enoch, and many others, right? Modern Bibles for modern Christians. You have the edited Hebrew scripture, the Masoretic text, as it is called. That's an apologetic against Christians, and you are using it for your Bible. I mean, these books have agendas. When anybody writes shit down, they have an agenda. The Yuma Elish agenda. The idea of a deity having a son that's part God, the kings of Babylon, and so on and so forth. And the regular human beings, you're just slaves to these. That's an agenda. Mythology is beautiful, but sometimes when people put together these mythologies, it is to control you. It is to control you. Let's see. Yeah. Endless Tavern kind of reminds you of a corpse husband. Endless Tavern. That sounds like fun. An endless tavern. Yeah, I'm not a big drinker myself. When I did drink, I drink on special occasions now. Like for Imbolc, I had a spiced ale, because the ale is the tradition of my ancestors. The not wine, the golden nectar coming out of those, wonderful. That was my tradition of my ancestors. But I don't drink anymore. When I did drink, I quit drinking every day. I used to drink on a daily basis for my arthritis. I had switched to marijuana, so I don't. But I couldn't handle much. I mean, 6 shots of Jack Daniels and I'm done. Any more than that, I would get severely sick. A 6-pack of beer, a bottle of wine. That's as far as I could go before I'd get really sick and I would develop a terrible headache. And I'm glad I quit drinking. I've lost over 30 pounds since I've quit drinking and I've switched to marijuana. The marijuana that I use in the evening, Delta 8 and Delta 9, it is known to cause weight loss because it boosts your testosterone. So that's where I'm at. I don't go a day without using marijuana now, for my own health. Because when you're old, your testosterone takes a shit. I'm like at the bottom level where I'm not below it. I'm like right there where my doctor says, you're right where you need to be for your age. I'm not below it. But the marijuana jacks it up. If you did not know that. Let's see here. You wish that someday you could see past the mistakes of the church and see that Jesus is still king. I don't have a problem with Jesus being a king. What you're judging me as a person. You're judging my beliefs. Jesus, to me, when I was growing up, when I became a Christian, he was an archetype of the great king, the divine father, and still continues to be. I have no problem, with Jesus at all. In Christianity, you all do Jesus your own way. Your own personal Jesus. That is the way with everything, right? So please don't judge me, sir. You don't know me. Just because I have a goddess doesn't mean I'm against Jesus. Ceridwen and Jesus are good friends. They are my archetypes. Let's see here. I know in your life, all your suffering has made sense looking backwards. It's like watching a movie and rewind. It's all brought sets and lessons and understanding. Yes, the good thing about suffering is that it can be transformed. And you find that in the Christian message, like the idea of the cross. The cross was meant to destroy, but the God turns it around to make it life-giving. The idea that suffering doesn't have to be wasted away, that it can be changed. We have the power in our humanity to not be defined by our suffering, but to use our suffering in a way that makes us great. Now, I'm not condoning suffering. I'm saying the shit that you've gone through, you can turn it around and use it to become virtuous. That's what I'm saying. Like the shit you've gone through in your life, you don't have to let your karma define you, as Sadhguru said. You learn to ride your karma, and that's what you can do. Let's see here. Where am I at here? Scrolling through. Nobody knows what it means, but it is provocative. Balls so hard. What is that song? Every knee will bend and every tongue will speak. That's terrible. What an evil God you're serving. That is Yahweh right there. That's not Jesus. Jesus doesn't want you on your knees, sir. Jesus wants you in his arms. Big difference. And every arm will embrace the goodness of deity because we will want to do it. The way that you're talking about Jesus is quite wretched and evil. Now, I've told people, if there's a Jesus sitting on some throne somewhere and I'm standing before him, I'm going to say, get your ass up, sir, and get ready for a hug. That's how I want to meet the divine. I'm not going to be bowing over and bending over. I'm going to be hugging is what I'm going to be doing. Screw gods that want me down on my knees. Screw gods that need me to worship them. I want to love my gods. I don't want to be on my knees before them. Just because someone does something difficult doesn't make them holy or 100% right everything they do. Yeah, good idea. Sir Flame Drop. Bruce Bowling is here. Good to see you, our good friend Bruce. I hope you also have a bright and joyful day. Now, we have all these people watching. If you can go up and give that little thumb a touch right there. If you're on your cell phone, that's where it is. Give it a touch. I want to give out 5 free subscriptions today. When I see 50 people watching, I will do that. So give that a touch, make a comment, subscribe, go over and touch the little doodads on the side. That helps bring people here. And what will a subscription give you? It'll give you a little owl symbol by your name, lots of emojis, and you can become part of our Discord community. Our Discord community is wonderful. We have people that are atheists. We have people who are monotheists. We have pagans on there, all in one place, enjoying one another's company with a variety of topic matter. We even have a book club on there. Isn't that something? We have all of these wonderful people that are there. Let's see here. And I want you to be on there. Now, if you don't want to wait for the free subscription, there's a join button. Buy me a cup of coffee, small, medium, or large. I used to do this as a hobby once in a while. Well, when people started paying me, I decided I'm going to do it every day for a living. If I don't get paid, it becomes a hobby again. So people that support me, $2 a month, that's really not that much, really. People that support me, it helps me to pay my bills, to take care of my family. This is entertainment, right? That I'm providing a service for you. So I appreciate people that can support me financially through your subscription. You can also give gifts down there. There's a place where you can give gifts. Let's see here. So your God will force me to praise him. Yeah, you're talking German. Let's see, where are we at here? He will not force himself in your life, nor will he force you to follow him in the next. And why are you telling people to get on your knees? That is forcing. That is a warrior deity that you are promoting here. You see how evil the Bible is? It has this idea of God. It is bad. You want a good explanation of deity in terms of Christianity, go to the Gnostic literature. It's much better. They didn't want you to read that shit, right? They said, that's heresy. Why is it heresy? Because it doesn't control you. It gives you spirituality, ideas that are helpful. Doesn't tell you it is this way or else. The New Testament does. So they called everyone that was different, that didn't want to control you, heretics, because they wanted to control you. So much fear mongering. We should be scared to go to heaven and be judged. We should be scared to go to hell. Constant fear. You're right, Radzilla. It is a religion of fear. Without it, it would not exist. If heaven is eternal life sat next to God, I don't want to go to heaven. Yeah. No fun. Being on my knees, worshiping all the time. That I'm not interested in that. The world is one big psyop, I mean stage. That's what the saying was. The world is your stage. Slowly they wake to the mnemonics. Take your time, but hurry up. Thank you for sharing your maple. Let's see here. Party time. Yeah, I wish the church had explained the Eucharist as well as you just did. You're welcome. Yeah, I knew it quite well, because I was a part of the Eastern tradition. In the Catholic Church, they have something, a despicable practice called Eucharistic adoration. In the Eastern Orthodox Church, they did not have that, because the idea of adoration is God adores you. He doesn't want to stay on an altar for you to adore him. He wants to be in you. This is the adoration. Receiving the Eucharist inside of you allows you to see the God within you. The Catholic Church does not want you to see God in you. They want to keep it on the altar to control you, to make there the place you have to go to. The Orthodox Church teaches God is in you. The other way around. You are the Eucharist adoration, not this terrible piece of shit on an altar. It's just a piece of bread there. It's meant to be consumed. I mean, it's a terrible and evil and wicked tradition that controls people. One of the things I never did is when people dropped Eucharist, they want you to lick that shit up. No, I don't think so. I am greater than that piece of bread. I am greater than that wine. The God wants to be in me. He doesn't want to be in a piece of shitty bread and wine. He wants to be in me. That's what the Eastern Orthodox Church teaches. I'm no longer an Eastern Christian, but I respect that tradition, and I'm biased for it. I disagree with dogma. Good morning. There he is, our Roman Catholic fundamentalist here. Probably likes what I'm talking about, right? Good morning. Be blessed, filled with the Holy Spirit, good health, and make good poems today. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Who's having a pool party here? 555515? Thank you for covering us in Jesus' blood, Mordecai. Yeah, Mordecai, he's more into the cannibalism than others, right? Roman Catholics don't see it the way the Eastern Church sees it. They have a very terrible understanding of the Eucharist. Let's see. You belong to the religion of Nijos? What does that mean? Never heard of that before. Abracadabra. Vampirism and cannibalism. It's great to think about the interconnection web of things and people in diverse roles responsible for producing, delivering, and selling what's on your plate. Certainly. Is it me or am I right that some fundies come back here in different name as the same aspect? Yeah, no, they come back. We kick them out. They get new accounts, and they, I have about every month I give people another chance. I unban all of the people. I mean, I got like 400 people just in a month so far on my ban list. Some of these assholes that come on here with their fundamentalism. And I let them come back. Sometimes people learn, right? We are what we consume. Yeah, you are what you eat. And you're supposed to be eating. The reality of eating isn't just to sustain you physically. It's supposed to sustain you spiritually. The farmer is the natural priest of the world. They give you the goddess. They give you that nourishment from the goddess. They give you that food that comes from the earth. That's how you're supposed to understand eating. But we are not taught that anymore. There are religious people, you pray over your food. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Oh, this is just a nice thing. We'll bless the food. You're supposed to be consuming spirituality. The food should be your prayer, your eating experience. But we're not taught to do that. Islam is Christianity 2.0. Yes, it is. The religion of death. No, Christianity is the original origin of death. Islam just caught up and built on that. I am not no more. Our Father Bard, 2026. Let's see. All Abrahamic events are mental control for the profane, crowd control for the sheep. Yeah, they certainly are. Now, to their credit, I don't believe the Jewish people ever wanted to be that way. When we say Abrahamic religions, we're really talking about Christianity and Islam. I don't think the Jewish people wanted to be a universal religion for the world where everyone bows to their God. Their mythology is no different than other people's mythologies where they want their God to be the only one. And Christianity has done that to Judaism. You got to go take care of Oaken Hill. You got to get on the bus. All right. Thank you for tuning in today for your spiritual entertainment in the morning here with your bard. Glad that you are able to stop in, sir. May I add that Islam was very gay, diversity friendly until Christian warmongers and colonists started mocking and shaming tolerance in Islam. I don't know about that. I mean, if you look at the history of Islam and its purity, it is not tolerant. It makes you get on your knees. There's always been gay people, right, in religious expressions and experiences. But I don't know in terms of the history if you can say that Islam was a religion of diversity. I mean, someone can correct me if our Muslim friends on here want to correct me, but I don't see that as a history. Hinduism came 1,000 years before. Way more scientific evidence. It was way better than Christian Islam, certainly. How do you cook the children? I tried with garlic. I'm not a cannibal, so I don't eat children. Maybe your religion, they do that. I don't enjoy eating other human beings. Let's see here. LAR. In a roundabout way, we don't have a bard. Without Christianity, it's all karmatic and not really worse or better. That's how you want to interpret the world from that karmatic Buddhist perspective. I see how I understand the cosmos is the idea of better, it becoming more sustainable, more the idea of sustenance, to be able to receive properly the flow of the mother's milk. And we keep coming back I am not the traditional form of reincarnation, that we come back to work out our karma. I mean, that could never end. I don't see it that way, that we come back to learn, that we come back to make it right or make up for what we have done. We come back to make it better, to make it sustainable, to make it more enjoyable, more beautiful. I see the cosmos as that dance between law and chaos. Law is not bad, chaos is not bad. They are meant to be dance partners, that when this dance takes place, beauty happens. And that beauty is how I understand the universe, is that we are the artists. We come back and the gods are the artists. The ancestors are the artists. We all have the paintbrush, and we come back. The idea of dying has a certain beauty to it in that regard. Uh, uh, the mystery of beauty of dying. Tolkien said the gift of men, right? There's a certain beauty in that, and you keep coming back to make it more and more beautiful each time. That is the mystery that I understand it. Well, we can all speculate on it because nobody knows, right? We have all of these beautiful traditions in the world, but that's how I understand reincarnation. As we've been doing this dance forever, uh, going in and coming out. These cycles that we see in the natural world, these have been going on forever. There's never a point when there's no cycle. That's how I understand it. You need to fatten them up and cook them. Oh, shit. With African countries and culture, gay, bi, trans was normal, accepted, and even revered as spiritual guides. Yeah. Yeah. One of the things, like in the Hindu culture, in terms of the idea of transgender is really an invention of the Western world of psychology. The people in India, they have always had people, a place in society for people who experience gender dysphoria, as we call it. There's a culture and a place for that within India. There always has been. The idea of transgender really is an invention for these people that have this tradition that's in their culture and people. It's always been there. It's always been in the world, right? Some of the philosophies, like I have no problem with. I got all kinds of transgendered friends here, right? I don't like the philosophy of non-binaryism. I think that is a farce. I think it is invention that takes away from the experience of a transgendered person, because you are seeking to have fulfillment in the idea of a gender. The philosophy of non-binary is like gender doesn't matter. It does matter. We find meaning in gender. Gender reveals. I mean, the quest of the person with gender dysphoria, you're trying to find meaning in the idea. That's my opinion. I don't like the philosophy of non-binary, but I understand that that transgendered people have always been here, just like gay people. It's part of the experience of our humanity, and it's a wonderful and beautiful thing. The only why we're having so many problems with it is because of the Abrahamic religions that there's no room for diversity there, and because of our damn politics. The politics are the problem. The politics are using people of diversity to accomplish their agenda in this world. I mean, I have one of my children is a queer person, as they call themselves. And we are talking about the Super Bowl, the Bad Bunny person said they were going to wear a dress to support transgendered people. And we were talking about with my queer daughter how ridiculous that was. I mean, they're just doing it for politics. They don't care about people who are transgendered. I mean, it's really ridiculous what politics has done with people of diversity. They use them, and it's shameful. All right. Good morning, Crazy Carl. Good to see you. You're trying not to be disrespectful of people and beliefs, Father. I just mean that literally drink wine and blood. I'm aware it's real to them. I don't mean no. You speak your mind here. That is fine. I was just clarifying, as a former Christian, the proper understanding of the Eucharist for people. It is not cannibalism. It is participation in the essence of the divine, so you could become divine. The idea of you are what you eat. That's all I was addressing. But you can believe it's cannibalism for people who, if you want to believe it's cannibalism, I mean that's your choice, right? Everyone is free to speak their mind here, right? We all have ideas, we all have opinions, and that's good. I'm not always right, right? I know I probably pissed some people off talking. I don't like non-binary, but I'm okay with trans, right? Some people might have a problem with that. Karma and Dharma. You prefer 340 for 4 hours? Cannibals on here, right? Cannibals. Let's see here. Christians went to countries in Africa just to demonize the LGBT communities. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah. To have an now, one of the things that I've learned as a religious person, a religious instructor, a religious teacher, one of the things that I've learned from the divine is to help people to know they are loved. If there's any behavior problems, that's between them and the divinity. They will work that out. I am not the convictor. I am not the moral guide. I am the lover. And I need to teach people that they are loved. Now, we're not always right. We do make bad choices, right? And the deity should be the one to let you know, hey, I don't like that. I don't like you putting your private part in a light socket. That's not good for you, right? It's not my job to tell you what to do with your life. We're all on a journey here together. Now, I might not be comfortable with what you're doing or like it. I'm certainly have an opinion about people putting their private parts in light sockets, but that's not up to me. I am not your father in that regard. I am a father, Bard, in the sense of inspiring you to help you to know that you're loved. The algorithm is just an avatar of the Omenhash, the emperor of mankind. Oh my, we're getting Warhammer on us here. Oh, let's see here. Ugandan knuckles. Oh, shoot. Turning into ever-changing hues, light, ergo, human man. Oh, where are we at here? Yo-yo, my Patriots lost. Oh, I'm sorry, prostate exam, that your sports team did not achieve its purpose in the world today. Now, I have to go awaken my children. I am late to doing it. I'll be right back. They're supposed to be at school right now. And I'll bring back the tortoise to you. Give me a moment here to wake up the children. Children, it is time to wake up for school. School time. It is time for school. All right. I'll be returning to you with my tortoise here in a moment. So you can say hello to my tortoise. She is so cold, my poor tortoise. She was hiding all underneath her wood chips and everything, trying to stay warm. There she is. Oh, say hello. Her name is my tortoise. Very original, I know. She's kind of slow right now because, that cold-blooded animal, trying to, she's like, don't touch me there, just on my top of my head. There you go, sweetheart. There you go. Say hello to everyone. Hello, my tortoise. There she is. Give them a kiss. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm putting her back. All right, tortoise, you're warming up here. Warming up. My tortoise is warming up. Get on your sweetheart. There you go. All right. You shut the door when you leave, Max. All right, coming back to you. I have put the tortoise away. I am returning to your spiritual entertainment here in the morning. I will be on later on as well this afternoon. I will be here for your entertainment privilege, probably from home, maybe the Grove. I don't know. We'll see how I feel later. Let's see here. All right, I am back. I have come back to you. Let's see, where are we at here? Crazy Carl. Alan Burns. You're a sick person. Goodbye. He's calling Vixen a slut. What a terrible person. A heretic slut. Yeah, you're such a good Christian there. Great representative of Christian fundamentalists, calling people sluts. I think Vixen missed that. She probably would have deleted your comment if she saw that you were calling her a heretic slut. What an evil person you are. Do you think Jesus would talk to Vixen that way, the way you're doing it? What an evil person you are. Shameful, shameful person to your religion. Lions for me, brainless one. I want the Lions. Then I'll start watching football again. But see, I watched football last time when Barry Sanders. That's when I was into football. Cosmo is still trying to find a perfect balance. Perhaps. You stepped in strawberry ice cream and you don't recall having strawberry ice cream? Oh my goodness. That is a bad omen. Oh no. Yeah, he's a vile person. If it keeps expanding, the sweet spot will be harder and harder to achieve. There will be no sweet spot, I don't think. It just, think about your life that you're living, right? The general, reality of the human person is it your life gets more complex, and in that complexity, there's supposed to be, not all the time, but wisdom happens, right? You find a place of peace within your life. It's supposed to get better, but it doesn't always happen, right? But it's supposed to be. That is the natural progress of the human person. Let's see. The strawberry fairy left it. Oh man. Your boy Drake had a bad shoulder, so they out of pressure they threw at the ball. Oh, I don't know anything about. I don't know much about the football. Let's see here. Man, I can't believe Vixen didn't see that guy. I mean, it's terrible. What an asshole. What an asshole. These forces are forces of illusion who believe they are truly separate beings. There is a huge consideration for others because they're in separation. Yeah. Paul, do you know brown finger? Yeah, that's the one that you got to take out of your ass. Stop doing that, Paul. That's disgusting. Cool Hand Mountain Man, good to see you. Yes, I had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for asking. I hope you had a good weekend, sir. Appreciate you coming here. It's minus 17 in Massachusetts. Oh my. Now that is cold. That is cold. There is a trail of melted ice cream drops leading away from the kitchen to your sauna. You think your wife was snacking last night? Oh, and making a damn mess of everything. Wow. Look at that. We are in the divine training. Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, some people look at life as a training exercise, right? A test to see if you are worthy, right? Some people understand life that way. You have to go to work. All right. Take care, Demon. Thank you for stopping in. We appreciate you being here. You don't see the text from the Burns person? Yeah. You probably had him blocked before. I just deleted all of his messages. I banned him from the channel. He's a really evil person, what he was saying here. Evil person. Let's see here. That must be the North Star behind you. Yeah, the Star of David. Yeah. What's the symbol? Good friend from Scotland, chemistry. This is the pentangle. with the symbol of Ceridwen's triskelion in the middle. The Welsh triskelion in the middle there. All of the Celtic symbolism and stuff that is there. Little Bill Johnson is here. Little Johnson, don't be ashamed of your private part. You look at you. You have the courage to let everyone know how little your private part is. I salute you, sir. Not everyone has the courage to expose their little pecker to the world as you are doing. Good job, sir. Maybe only I see him. You saying vile things about Vixen. Yeah, I had deleted him. I mean, that was some terrible shit that he put on there. Oh, let's see here. Jesus has a special place in a fiery for false teachers. Yeah, like you. I mean, you're teaching your God is an asshole. I'm sure if there's a hell, you'd be the first person there, sir. Look at you. Terrible and evil person. Spreading fear about you think your God wants you to spread fear about it? Be afraid of him. He doesn't love you. He wants you to be afraid. Let's see here. The triskelion in the pentacle. It's the Death Star. Oh my. It's a yin-yang symbol from Star Trek. It's the new symbol for the Vulcan colonists on Debron 5. Wake up, Sir Flame, you're in a bad dream. The future is as real as tomorrow will come. There is no future. We know from our sciences that there is no future. Physics tells us that there is no future, sir. There's no way to prove that there's a future. We can prove there's a past, but there is no future. Little Billy Johnson. Ooh, look at that. Get out the microscope. We will be able to see the little Billy Johnson. Little Billy Johnson. I like the star behind you, Father. The star is one of your favorite symbols. Thank you, Crazy Carl. Dylan, tomorrow, God is perfect. Then why are you, if he's perfect, why does he need you to do his dirty work for him? Why can't he tell us about himself? Why does he need you to do it? Why would he be inside his own creation? Yeah. And now, the way that he is describing deity is an impersonal being that just makes shit. Like, you create this little world. Oh, I'm going to torment you. I don't like what you're doing. Running around little legs. No, thank you. That's quite primitive, your understanding of the divine. Oh, shit. Where am I at here? Little Billy Johnson. Oh, man. What courage you have. Wow, I'm way behind in the comments. Look at that. Damn. I'm about an hour behind already. I thought I was keeping on track here. Let's see here. Where am I at? This is YouTube just took a whole bunch of comments away. I will agree. Trump, for instance, I'm not interested in your political beliefs. It's Monday, bud, and you're still straight, so you need to bend over and get on your knees. Oh, well, Kiki, you stay in your corner of the room. My wife's boyfriend doesn't like any interference. Dylan is a demon. Oh, demons are evil. Only for Christians. You go to Hinduism, demons are just chaotic entities. You go to the ancient Greeks, the diamond is the intermediary between the deities. It depends on how you want to use that word. I was dancing with your demons in the dark. Cosmos, good to see you. Good to have you here. Yeah, YouTube took a huge section of my comments out. If I did not greet you, you understand why. I apologize. I try to talk to everyone, say hello to everyone on here. Until YouTube That dirty, dirty YouTube takes away my comments. Let's see. The Holy Spirit is what does the work. Prove it. Prove it. You can't. You're making shit up. And that's okay. You can have your opinion. But don't force your opinion on me. You can't decide between a hammock nap and a couch nap. Oh, hammock sounds like fun. Dylan is a parasite. Yeah. Oh, where am I at? First added verse in Mark was tearing Mary down. Yep. Pretty much. Yep. There was too much prominence to the lady, right? Mr. M, you have returned. The thing about Gnostics is that they say you have to have divine knowledge or you won't be saved. Also, the Gnostics were misogynistic. See, you're generalizing. The idea of salvation in the Gnostic tradition is not the same type of salvation within the Christian tradition. The understanding of the world as being corrupt, I think, is a terrible idea, but the idea of the salvation is a return, very Platonic, to the one. The idea of the fallenness is a return. Now, not all the Gnostic texts are the same. They were misogynistic, such as the idea of a woman having to become a man. That is commonplace amongst the culture and literature of that day. I am not, when I talk about Gnostic texts in comparison to Christianity, the Christian ones are quite worse. They are much better at revealing divine knowledge compared to the canon of Bible as it is known. Let's see here. Diaxorex, God created Satan. He gave him the chance to be. How do you know? Were you there? This boogeyman of the Bible, were you there when he was made? Are you making this all up? How do you know that it is a fact? Let's see, where are we at here? Giving yourself to Jesus is no different than giving yourself to a devil. Old Norse pagan friend, nice to see you. Good to have you here. If the Bible is seamlessly causing evil, maybe you have a demonic influence. I don't know. If I gave you one of my demonic books, like, let's see here, this book on druidry, and if it says on page 75, you are to marry your rapist, how would you feel about this book? You would say, that is not a good book. Your book says it. Tell me that's demonic. You think marrying your rapist is good? Marrying your rapist is divine for you. You're a sick person, Dylan. Very sick. Good morning, Jeffrey Bard's Life, my friend. Good to have you here. Oh, let's see here. Advert from sarcasm and drop cryptic statements with humor. The jester is an interesting character. Yeah. What is this? I don't know. What can it be? What will it be? What was it? They're aggressive today, yeah. It's Monday. They just left church the other day, right? So the aggression is high. They're like animals getting ready to rut. Let's see. God got tired of sending his prophets, so he did it himself. Yeah. Are you God's representative? The only way the Bible causes bad things to happen is through trickery straight from the devil. I rebuke all evil in the devil. There's your devil, sir. All gone. Oh, thank you. It's been 3 days since I've had an exorcism from you Christian fundamentalists. Now, I'm making fun of you. You're a powerless son of a bitch. You have no power. Your book is evil. Your book is evil. It is. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, look at the history of your book and what it has done in the world. It speaks for itself. If there's any devil, it's in you, friend. You are the devil here. Being blissfully, deliberately ignorant. Yeah, truly. Why is everyone in the comments quoting the Bible? We're all Christians here. We are Bible thumpers. We are trying to convert everyone. This is Christian symbolism here in the background. Let's see here. What's a druid? A modern druid is a practitioner of earth-based spirituality. Raging Rabbit is here. My friend, good morrow, is a farmer myself. It is true. I reap what I sow because I am blessed, and I am blessed because I grow. Yes, the farmer is the primordial priest of the world. Without the farmer, you would have no life. And it's a shame that we don't treat farmers the same way we should, right? As ancient people did. Let's see. Where are we at here? Scrolling through lots of fundamentalists here today. I just ignore most of you. You're no fun. Let's see here. Lewis is here. Our morning astrologer, Lewis. Good to see you. Glad to have you here, our good friend Lewis. How blissfully light it is to be ignorant. What is the Manadees and the Sasabes? I don't know what that is. In the beginning was the cauldron, and the cauldron was with Ceridwen, and all things came that were inspiring from the cauldron. Ceridwen chapter 1, verse 1. Let's see, you got to be born in, you can't marry in. Let's see, Christianity roots are in Sumerian, Assyrian cultures. Bible thumpers never read the source material. So true, my friend. So true. Where am I at here? Druidic. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I should get a gay symbol in the background. Maybe that will help. But a bunch of rainbows and shit in the background, Kiki. It will help get the fundamentalists and put on the top, I am gay. We'll see if that would be fun to do. On Tuesday, I'll put like a I am gay in the back, put a bunch of rainbows and shit in the background, and see how they respond to that. Let's see here. Scrolling through. God is not hidden the truth. Oh, it's fooled me. I like to dance. Yo, gabba gabba. It is a sin not to know the word. Yeah, whenever someone calls me a sinner, I just say, screw you. I don't accept your premise. 21 gods in the Old Testament and Nog names of God in the Bible. Elohim, that's right. Jesus taught that every human being is spirit. Yes. You ignore God when you ignore the word. I burn your Bible, sir. I roll it up with reefer. Kiki wipes his ass with it. Your book is evil, sir. I reject your Bible. I reject your God of the Bible. No, thank you. The hokey pokey is reincarnation. Oh, man. The Talmud promoted transgenderism. Depends on which Talmud. Many people who try, if you go back 100 years ago, you're not going to find diversity in the Jewish tradition. Finding diversity in the sacred books is a modern thing. Yeah, you don't have diversity in the Jewish tradition. It is a modern thing that they go back to their books and say, oh, it really says this. It is not something that supports diversity. You have to reinterpret it. The Old Testament books, they do not support diversity. They are against it. The God in the Old Testament is not a fan of gay people. He wants to destroy your towns. He wants you to be stoned to death. I mean, it gives instructions for murdering you if you're gay. I mean, it's all there. If you are a witch and you're gay, you get burnt alive and stoned at the same time. They mix it up. It is not a good book. They have to reinterpret it. Most modern Jewish people, like, well, that's how our ancestors understood divinity. We don't do that anymore. They recognize that it is not God, but their ancestors who acted that way. And those who want it to be God's word, they reinterpret it so that it can be a book of diversity. When it's not, it never will be in its context. The Bible is no friend to gay people. It is no friend to witches. It is no friend to people of diversity in any way. Let's see, where are we at here? You are neutral today, no, not enough caffeine. You believe the commands is told to love God about all things, no idols. Yeah, the whole idea of commanding you to love of God is inappropriate. I don't command my children to love me. They do it or they don't. I have to give my children reasons to love me. If I tell them to love me, that would be inappropriate, right? The command to love your God and love your neighbor is not love. I mean, the premise of love is there. But when I have to command you to do it, you're not really doing it, are you? You're doing it to get a reward or to get out of a punishment. That is not love. Gods that make rules for you are pathetic. The idea that you must do this or else is not love at all. Let's see. In Hermeticism, they say it's someone remembering past lives is the opposite. It happens. Yeah, that's how I interpret people that same-sex attraction or transgenderism is past life regression. That's how I understand it personally. And I've talked about it with people who are I am a heterosexual most of the week. And I've had conversations with other people on what do you think about this idea that you're, in your past life, you are the opposite sex and you're still dealing with that in your current life. That's how I understand it. And I could be wrong. But the idea of same-sex attraction, that is scientific. The idea of gender dysphoria, these are scientific realities that we find there's proof for them. The people who just dismiss them and say, no, you're sin, you're crazy, and shit like that, that is inappropriate. That is inappropriate to do. Gender dysphoria was common by Native Indians too. Yeah. The idea of calling it, we have all kinds of names for it now, but it's always been something that's been accepted and it's been protected in society, like they do in Hinduism. Let's see, where are we at here? We not always one sex in reincarnation. Yeah. Trinity, the moon is here. Good to have you here. It wasn't that came from the boarding school. Oh, no. The boarding school theology is here. We are but souls that are selfish, and only this form has gender. Yeah, I believe that gender is important, that it gives you value and purpose, that it reveals mystery. The idea in Hermeticism of a revealing reality in the world. I think it's important. I don't say it is not important or dissolvable or non-beneficial. That's why I'm against that ideology of the non-binary. I think that is a modern contradiction. You won't find that in any part of history or religion. There's always been people that gravitate towards the reality of a gendered experience in the world. And I think it's kind of for people who struggled with gender dysphoria to tell them, it doesn't matter. It does matter to them. They want to be. They want to express themselves in that experience. Let's see here. Where are we? Good morning. Oh, Ricky Master's here. You know what I missed last night, Natalie? I fell asleep. I fell asleep early last night. I was really tired. My gummy just kicked in, and I didn't get to see the wonderful media storm last night. And so I got to miss out on that. I was all ready to go, and then I just fell asleep. And I woke up. I'm like, oh, shit, I missed it. Let's see. Where are we at here? Yeah, it's good to have all these wonderful people here. That would be cool to dream, and if you see yourself as someone different, yeah, that would be fun. Let's see here. Do you believe in reparations? It depends on the context. Yeah. But I don't want to talk about that because it becomes political. Let's see the exact, where are we at here? Scrolling through, throwing through. Turtle power. Now I'm at the part where I show everyone my turtle. So that's how far behind I am in the comments today. They divide and conquer. That's what they do. Happy people can't be controlled because they aren't enslaved. Yep, you're right, Kiki. A true successful hetero man is not threatened by gays because he has females. Yeah, he tries being gay out. Yeah. Let's see. What is the tortoise's name? Tortoise. Yeah. I call her my tortoise. She's so cute. She responds to the name too. I start speaking in a little, childlike. We all have these sweet little voices we use when we talk to our animals, right? And her head perks up. She'll start running to the end of her cage. Donatello, no. Where am I at? Praise the goddess. Where are we? Is that your god? Yeah, right here. The Triskelion. That is it. You call the torta? My tortoise. Your cat's name is Mr. Cat? Really? Well, that's what I call my rabbits too. Mr. and Mrs. Bunny. That is their name. Their full name is Mr. and Mrs. Bunnyworth. That is their full name. Oh, man. Let's see here. Where am I at? Dylan's always whining about his fundamentalism. I just ignore him. Let's see here. Yeah, it's sad when you see people enslaved to their religion, right? Before I got on, I made a YouTube video, which was part of my stream yesterday out in my grove. I took a little section out of it about the idea of people being enslaved to their religion. It's terrible that people are like this person here in the chat. I really feel sorry for them because I used to be that way too. Let's see, where am I at here? Your previous dog, your avatar was called John or Johan? Yeah, he called you a slut. That's what he did. A sick person, right? You are asexual. Sex is a no-go for me. So you live as a celibate person, is what you're doing? Yeah. You don't have to defend yourself against this guy's an asshole. I mean, I kicked him out as soon as I saw that. I kicked him out. Yeah, what a sick Christian. Anybody that says anything negative towards my moderators, I kick them out. I don't care what it is. Compare Jesus' interaction with the adulterous woman compared to this guy. I know, what an asshole. Yeah. Speaking of ice cream, you want cookies now? Look at you. Get some little Debbie snacks. Do it Debbie style. Dax Rex, if God is perfect and heaven is, you try to put a flaw in that, it's no longer perfect. If this place exists, it's simple logic. Where we live now is not perfect and is never. Well, it's how you make it, the world you live in. The idea of perfection in terms of Christianity is a terrible idea. It really is. Oh, let's see here. You're welcome. Where are we? Jesus gave that woman full faith in himself. Well, why can't he do that with everyone else? You see, you just screwed up there, Dylan. You just screwed up. You said Jesus gave the faith. Well, why doesn't he do that with everyone else? Why does he need? Why just that person right there? You just screwed up, buddy. You're doing Why do you need to do the dirty work of Jesus when he can just give it to people? Yeah. Is there a Dionysius parallel in Celtic mythology? I don't know. There might be. Some of the experts on here might know if there's a Celtic equivalent to Dionysius. I wouldn't know. Let's see here. Scrolling through a lot of this stuff. Scrolling through here. Deacon, just read out a comment I swear I typed over an hour ago. Yeah, I'm an hour behind. You're like, I said that an hour ago too. I'm trying to catch up. I'm way behind. Let's see here. God cannot abuse that is evil. Yeah, well, then stop telling him he tells people to rape. He tells people to kill children. You saying God can't abuse? Well, your Bible doesn't teach that. Let's see here. You need you read about a triskelion yesterday. Apparently, it's used since the Neolithicum. Yeah, it's quite old. I think this symbol here, you can find it in Newgrange. This is the Irish triskelion on my necklace. It's like 5,000 years old or something like that. Let's see here. Trying to catch up. I know, I'm way behind. I'm trying. Once I get to the end of the comments, that'll be the end of the show. I want to get to all of them. Let's see here. Yeah, I know that I'm so far behind here. Let's see here. Out of place. Let's see here. You built this world and now you're doing it wrong. Yeah, exactly. Cure yawning with caffeine and vitamin B6. Yeah, I'm constantly flooding my system with vitamin B. And I'm always going to the damn bathroom. You are from India, not your shorts? Whose pants do you have on, sir, if these aren't your shorts? Good to see our good friend from India. Today is Beelzebub's Day. Look at you. You need not bend over. I should always write in caps if I want the bar to read my text correctly. Well, sometimes I'll read them wrong on purpose, just to get a rise out of you. Not the rise in your pants. I'm talking about your mentality. Let's see. Good morning to you, Didi. Good to have you here. You're going to make some coffee? Wonderful. Wonderful. Where am I at here? All the Gnostic Gospels contain Gospel of Mary Magdalene. That's not misogynistic. No, that one, yeah. Some people like to generalize Gnosticism, but some of their philosophies weren't good. Trinity, you're DMing your first game this Friday for your kids, so if I screw up, they won't know you. Yeah, I'd love to be in one of your games in the future. That would be fun. I'm thinking about on Sunday. I have a friend who likes second edition. He doesn't like fifth edition. So I'm thinking about doing a second edition game on Sunday as a player. We're still working it out. Or maybe Saturday, I don't know. Second edition has tons and tons of content. I thought women becoming men and men becoming women was becoming non-gendered spirit. Um, there's a mystery to the revelation of becoming gendered, right? When you are born, you are everyone is born a lady, and then the chromosome kicks in and the penis started growing, right? Um, the gender reveals it reveals something, and in the memory of being gendered, there's an identity attached to that, an experience that you carry on into your next life. There's a memory of that experience. Whether you think of your identity as non-gendered, the gendered has a memory. It has a purpose. It reveals something. Let's see here. That's my opinion on it. I could be wrong, but that's how I've come to understand it. That, there's a reason why we come back as male or females for purposes. James was into demonology. Yeah, he certainly was. He didn't like witches either. Good morning to all green night tales, running around the streets of Toronto in his green cloak. Green night tales. Yeah, it's interesting watching it, going around in the cold. It's very interesting. You know what you do, and if you're not not reading your bullshit anymore, no thank you. Heaven was on earth, it can be returned. Yeah. Oh, Bard feels lighter after that. Oh, I'm just getting to my exorcism part, right? Let's see here. Where are we at? Scrolling through. Dungeon Master's here. He wants to get me in his basement. Always coming on here talking about his strange perversions. He probably saw this demon mask here. It's like, oh, I have one of those, right? One of my kids had this for their Halloween at some point. I'm like, oh, that would be great for an exorcism. I'll put that off to the side for the next exorcism. Let's see here. Modern farming is agribusiness. What are you doing on the farm? Oh, let's see here. You own a few Bibles? I like to read the red words. Oh, Bible thumping, devil thumping, humping. The cross was a torture device. Yeah. And it was changed by the deity, right? Oh, where am I at here? Anyone else read the saga of Volsung? I have not. There are a group of Baptists that live in Iraq. Oh, damn. The Baptist church is like the worst one. Dylan, we're not interested in your religion, sir. You're being rude. Nobody's even talking to you anymore. You keep repeating yourself over and over again. We don't care about your Christianity. You're wearing two types of fabric right now? You must be evil. Yeah. You have this God who's obsessed with fabrics and penis circumcision, right? And what you eat. He doesn't like bacon. Why would a God concern himself with fabrics? You wear two different fabrics. Oh, I'm going to get you. We need more exorcisms. Very entertaining. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. 3 days. 3 days since the last one, right? The pentangle here is keeping the Christians at bay. Odin volunteered to be hung on the world tree, yeah. Pierced by his own spear. I wonder where the Christians got their information from, right? Pagan deities are fallen angels. Yeah, that's a stupid presentation by Christians, right? Let's see, where am I at here? Where are we at? Oh, a rainbow flag background and a crucifix. Oh, damn. Yeah, if I want to get a big pissed off audience, get a rainbow flag, rainbow flag, shit, a flag with a Jesus symbol in the background. Oh man, that would piss people off so bad, right? Oh, that would be fun to do. I mean, I'd have to get really intoxicated to do something like that. Um, Bird is the word. Bird is the word. Yep. Caw. God the Almighty becomes weak if he has erectile dysfunction. Yeah. Cauldrons all the way down. Our Hindu turtles. I'll send them right away an email. You have rainbow pentacle art. Kiki wants me to do it. He's like, yes, let's do this. Let's do this on Tuesday. We'll get the gay pentangle up. Oh man, that's gonna piss a lot of people off. I don't know if I want to do that. Um, I I mean I do piss people off. I don't know if I want to do a show just to piss people off. I'll have to think about that. I mean, I know I do humor and stuff, so I'll have to think about that. Um, Oil comes from shoes. Oh man, let's see here. The T-Rex. Oh my goodness, forcing religious belief on others is a waste of time. You'd rather climb a mountain? Yeah. Dinosaur Nation. Yeah, but where I live, there's a dinosaur world. I used to take my kids there when they were younger. All these giant dinosaurs that they have there. You're having your rolling ritual right now. You got your reefer. You're beginning to start your day. Oh, you love your father in heaven. I bet you do. Oh my goodness, here. I love my mother in heaven. You bought a whole roll of LGBT heart stickers. We stick them everywhere we go in Europe. The most fun ones are on the border, custom signs between Finland and Russia. Um, you should hand out like literature too, like have the Christians hand out gospel tracts, have like gay tracts, put gay people love you on the front and a rainbow. That would be fun to do. The gays love you. Good dungeon master. Good for you. He's provided a dungeon for you. Uh, let's see here. Where are we at here? Look at how the heathens defame the father image. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me you're into that fundamentalism. You have to be, you're talking about sex dungeons. Now you're talking about a heavenly father. Oh my goodness. It just doesn't work out. I hope that you're not a fundamentalist. The only way into this realm is through the vagina. Yes, that's the only way. The vagina is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes into the world but through the vagina. Yeah. I am pro vagina. Yeah. Yeah, I've been ignoring Dylan too. We've tried to talk to him, many people in the chat. He has nothing original. He's just repeating himself. You know, the exorcism was fun, Dylan. Thank you for that. Let's see here. Yeah, you weren't birthed through a penis hole. Yeah. This is why Jesus flipped the tables. Yeah, he's tired of the fundamentalism. Damn it. You'll start flipping shit over. Dylan's in my temple. I'll start flipping shit over here. You think people should mind their own business? Yeah, that's a good point, sir. I don't want to be converted. And if you want to talk about your spiritual experiences, I love that. I don't care what religion you are in. Just don't try to convert me. Don't force your ideas upon me. I'm not interested in that. If your story, if your experience inspires me, then I'll join your religion. But copying and pasting verses, it really doesn't do anything for me. Oh man. Too many people worried about other people's identities and self-determination instead of living their own lives. Yeah, that's important. You have people in Christianity always worried about what you're doing with your private parts, right? Let's see here. Scrolling through here. Oh, I got to break up a fight. Be right back. My sons are fighting. They're supposed to be doing school. Max, I can hear you. All right, they were fighting. One was making noise while the other one was trying to do his studies. So we had to straighten that out. Down there. Let's see. Wisdom from the Robe Shorts. Yeah, I've been doing that. The YouTube streams are not always presented by YouTube as something people want to watch, but the videos are. So taking this stuff out of that and putting it in the video format, I think is helpful. And ever since I've been putting videos up, they have brought so much traffic to our community here. So I'm going to keep doing that. For forever, I never made any videos, just YouTube Shorts and live streams. But I've seen that the traffic increase quite a bit. I mean, like I said yesterday, we had about 300 and something, I think 350 subscribers in 24 hours. I mean, that was amazing to me. You think the reason beyond 9 is that some people are fluid in their gender expression, not per se the sex gender, but they don't identify by typical culture. So you're talking about in expressing themselves and their sexuality, like the idea of people who are bisexual. They see that they both faces of the experience. Let's see here. Celibate. The idea of sex gives you chills, not in a good way. So you are celibate. You practice celibacy. That's a beautiful tradition. It's not for everybody, but that's a spiritual path that is quite historic in a lot of religions. People even make vows and things of that. And that's a beautiful thing that people can live that life. I couldn't live that life. I got married 3 months after I met my wife. First night of marriage, conceived. My daughter was our honeymoon gift to the world. I couldn't do it. I was a young animal. Let's see here. Hermaphrodites exist. But unfortunately, they exist because of deformity. It is not natural to be a hermaphrodite. It is a deformity of the human condition. There are very few in the world that are true or have ever been true hermaphrodites. They always have parts or pieces of the other part. So a true reality of the hermaphrodite is not a true representation of the human person. Now you can go outside of the human species and find lower life forms that are hermaphroditic, but not the human person. The human person expresses itself fully and survives fully as a gendered individuals. It can be put in a duality of male and female identification. The people can identify themselves as they want, but don't make a religion out of it. Yeah. And that's what we do see in terms of some of our modern politics, that they use these ideas and these experiences of people to try to draw lines in the sand, right? Let's see. Swamp Hodag is here. Good to see you. You live in the woods on a river. Your spirituality is based on the world. Your goddess rises out of the water. Beautiful. Beautiful. No, Keranos is the closest for Dionysus. The people have wild, drunken orgies to Keranos. Who is it's Iceland? Good to see our good friend Iceland. You are up early here. Usually you're sleeping around this time because you stay up all night long. This is you're getting up early, or you're going to bed now. You're going to bed now. Let's see here. Oh wow, I'm still quite far behind. Isn't that something? Just falling behind in the comments here. Man, Dylan, you're a nutcase. I'm looking through all of these deleted message of Dylan. Man, this is ridiculous. Oh, I'm going to scroll up through some of this stuff here. Oh, damn. It's terrible. Have I ever been to the Epstein Island? No. I'm not a pervert or a politician. And that's getting old, too. Let's see here. Where am I? Yeah, I'm going to Gehenna. Wicked, nice to see you. Bard, before the chat ends, I'll scan and send you some original art of yours. You have pentacles and rainbows, turtles, akanda. There's something you like, you can use it in this. Thank you. Appreciate you. I want a rainbow Shiva Linga. That would be funny. And I know they're out there. Wow, look at all this. Lots of deletes on here. Be cool if you've turned Realmscape into an all-day D&D streaming channel, like 12 hours of D&D day, lunch and different. Yeah, I've played all-day games before. I don't like being a dungeon master. I could do it as a player, certainly, but I really I do DM. I've been doing it forever. I don't like doing it. After 2 hours is my space. Really, I'd rather be a player. Now, I've been in all-day games before, certainly, but not as a dungeon master. I would love to do that. Play all day long. If I can find a DM that would be willing to host an all-day long game, I would love to do that on that. That would be a lot of fun. Take care, prostate exam. Who knows what is true and what is not is the point. Women are gifts sent by God. Women are more than yes, sir. Yeah, you can look at it any way you want. Let's see here. What type of religion do you follow? Am I a real priest? What about this says Christian priest? There's not a thing on here. There's nothing on here that reveals any type of Christianity or priesthood. I practice spiritual entertainment as my religion. I am the high priest of that entertainment. Oh, where are we at here? Damn, he's really getting banned here. God doesn't like selfish either. Watch out. Don't eat any shrimp. You've powered up with Grove Lives. Yes. Got to have that. A sexy Jesus and a rainbow crotch. Oh, man, that would be terrible. That would be terrible. Are you a Christian? No, I am not. I am not a Christian. Oh, man. Let's see here. Yeah, scrolling. Lots of fundamentalists. Yahweh is the demerge. Yeah, that's how the Gnostics understood it. I mean, not a good God in that Bible. Do I like Epstein? No, I don't. Please tell that false prophet Dylan it's too early for name call. Oh, is he calling people names now? Oh, what a shame. You see what happens when they don't get their way? They start shitting their pants. I'm going to start calling you names now. Where? What a baby. And they've got Mike the Prick Piccolo on here doing the same damn thing. He's Lewis's buddy. Let's see here. What's that? I can't key spank you. What is that, Iceland? I can't key spank you? Let's see here. Damn. I'm glad I found you. Bards are storytellers and healers. Yeah, we do a lot of that here. We do a lot of that. My bardic gift is spiritual entertainment. in its finest form. Just laughing at the Dylan characters made my morning enjoyable. Uh, oh man, I'm an older animal. You're a hermaphrodite? Sure you are. Sure you are. I could believe it. Yeah, yeah. You're also a practitioner of necrophilia in Icelandic traditions. If humans started with Noah, was the first white guy with a birth defect? Yeah, that's crazy that people believe that nonsense, right? Morphology. Ooh, oh my. ELP, nice to see you. Dylan is parroting indoctrinated bullshit. Yeah. You going to work? Oh no. What do you do for a living? Dylan is a false prophet. He's probably got some sick shit in his shadow. Yeah, probably. Yeah, people that are compelled to this really wicked degree of, getting violent and vehement with their religion. There's something going on there. One of the people that comes to mind is this rabid anti-gay Catholic man called Michael Voss. He ran a popular Catholic YouTube channel called, what was it called? Church Militant. And all the time he'd be talking about the gay people in the Catholic Church and how evil. And at the same time, he had a butt buddy the whole time. I mean, he was gay himself. He was hating himself through this huge anti-gay propaganda channel that he was running. He hated himself. He eventually, the people on his channel, the Church Militant, they kicked him off for his homosexuality. Isn't it something? He starts this anti-gay channel, and then the people that are, partners within the channel, they kick him out, and they all go and do their own thing. Church Militant was its name. I used to watch it on occasion because Michael is from Detroit. And I remember, when I was a Catholic, before he got into all this, he was just like a regular Catholic teacher. Then he got into politics, and he around the time when gay marriage was legal in the United States, and he was just going at it every show. He was called the prophet of homosexuality in the Catholic Church, because that's what he'd always talk about all the time. And it turns out he was hating himself the whole time. He was in having all these gay relationships the whole time. You're going to watch the Vikings again? That series on History Channel? Yeah, that was really good. I liked that. That was really, really well done. Yeah, Dylan doesn't like me. He keeps calling you a liar and crap like that. Oh, you hurt his feelings? Oh, poor Dylan. He go poopy in pants. Uh-oh, stinky poop. Ha ha ha. Funny poop, Dylan. Poopy pants. Yay, poop. I'm sure all of you have seen that. Iceland loves that meme. She probably watches it religiously. I'm doing good, Lime. It's not historically factual, but we're all done with him, yeah. Oh, shit. He just can't control himself here with his crazy-ass Christianity. Oh, where am I at? I think you're lovely, Mr. Bart. Thank you, Didi. Appreciate you being here. You like good omens? Oh, you like good omens, Dylan? That's gay. I thought you were a crazy Christian. You have a little gay in you? Is that what you're doing? The good omens were lovers, right? The devil and the angel, they were gay. The actors, like Mr. Tennant there, Doctor Who, all pro-gay. And you appreciate that? You're confusing the crowd here with your fundamentalism. Let's see. Where are we at here? Let's scrolling through here. Yeah, is gay marriage not legal in the U.S. still? It wasn't until the early 2000s. That's when it became a really big deal. All these politicians and things. Yep. Your girlfriend is being forced to get married to someone else. Very old school. What do you live in, Saudi Arabia? What the hell? That's terrible. Wow. I'm sorry that you have to experience that. That is terrible. Belief in God is based on emotions and imagination. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Belief in science begins in emotions and the imaginations. The right-wing main political advisor in Hungary, fiercely anti-gay, was caught trying to escape a gay brother in Brussels, descending a rain pipe in his underwear. Oh man, don't you love it when they get exposed? All of these people in their hypocrisy. There's actually funny between the two actors. Their friendship is great. Yeah. It happened some years ago. Oh man, Derek, good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Oh my goodness, here. Kitty is here. Kitty, 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 kitty. Nice to see our feline friend. The kitty is here. Good to have you here for your spiritual entertainment in the morning. If you're enjoying the program, go give that a touchy. You see that? Look at that thumb there. That is what you need to touch if you enjoy what you're doing here. And everyone knows Grindr crashes completely when there's a GOP conference. Oh, man, you're right. If it wasn't for Christian fundamentalism and having a strong political base in my country, there would be no problem, right? You've accepted the truth of what's happening, Lime. I just need strength and courage. No, you don't. Don't accept that shit. That is terrible. You need to get your lady and get out of your country is what you need to do. Don't let that happen. Don't let someone take away the love of your life. Screw that. Now, you're probably worried how you're going to support yourself. Who gives a shit? You need a fighting chance. Get your lady, get in a bicycle, whatever you can, and get the hell out of that place. Don't let the love of your life be taken from you in some arranged marriage bullshit. Don't let that happen to you. Fight against it. So you could say at the end of the day, I did everything I could to stop this. I mean, I don't promote suicide, but I think Romeo and Juliet, that was a statement, right? That was a statement that love is more powerful than death. Don't let, I'm not telling you to end your life. I'm saying you need to make a statement. You need to make a stand against it. Don't let someone take the love of your life away from you. You get together, come up with a plan, and leave. If you're in a third world nation, start walking. Go live in the damn woods. Learn to hunt. Learn to gather. You only get one shot at this life. Don't let someone screw with it. That this love is worth dying for. If you love someone, you should be willing to die for it. Go out in the woods and survive off grass on the ground. Do everything you can to fight for the love of your life. Don't let someone steal that from you. Don't accept it as a truth. Screw that. I would never do that. I would tell everyone to fuck off. And I would take the one I loved and we would run away. I don't care what would happen. I would say, whatever happens, happens. I'm going to let love dictate the direction of my life. You only got one shot at this. Don't let someone take that away from you. I'm sorry that you have to experience that. Do whatever you have to. I mean, if you're in some third world country, go fight a duel with the other person, right? Go get out your sword, whatever the hell you have. Don't let someone take that away from you. Let's see here. You're still a Muslim, but you like I could visit you? What? You want to have the sexual encounter? What do you mean by that? I want to visit you. You believe the Bible is a story? That's all believes makes you happy? Yeah. All right. Where are we at here? The Bible is mythology. Yeah. There's lessons there. Yeah. I think that I, as a monogamous gay man, have less sex than Christians gay in the closet. Yeah, I know. They're always going at it all the time. Like we are. It's the guilt that drives them. Like, oh, just one more time. Just one more time, and then I'll stop being gay. Yeah. It was terrible. When I was a Christian minister, dealing with gay guilt of people, the God hates you. You have to, what are you going to do? You do it as much as you can until the last couple of moments, and you say, please forgive me. Yep. A few facts down, mostly fiction. Love is absolutely worth fighting for. Yeah. Tristan breathe, son, dig deep. What do you mean by that? Oh my goodness, yeah. Well said, Mr. Bard. Thank you. Yeah, well, I think romantically. So some people might say that I am irrational, but that's just me. I am the fool tarot card. That's what I am. Assalamu alaikum. Good to you. My old lady is a Wiccan. So yeah. Where are we at here? Let me see here. Christians sit on a lid called sanity. Yeah, it's all crap, right? You wanted to kill yourself several times for a broken heart. True love finds its way to you sooner or later, if you want it or not. Yeah. Yeah. Just imagine the land of Belgium saying you can't be with your gay lover anymore. What would you do, Kiki? You'd move to France, right? You get the hell out of there. Let's see here. Life is bigger and better. Yeah. Where are we? It's pretty manipulative to oh yeah, why he's preaching. Yeah. You had a Christian tell me you was living in sin because you're not married and have children with your girlfriend. I just laughed and walked away. Yeah. Well, you should have said, well, it's God's fault. He's the one who makes the being, right? He's just as much as sin. You run a microwave, good for you. That's wonderful. All right. Life is bigger indeed, but the High Mage, Lord Vixen, beard is bigger. What is Vixen doesn't have a beard? She is a lady. She does not have a beard. Yeah, I'm getting towards the end here. In 3 months and a year, I turn back to the Dark Lord. So you have a recycling experience of darkness in your life. All right. I have come to the end of the program here. I will be back on later tonight around 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now, I may or may not be in my grove. We will see how the weather fares or the experience of the children's. I really enjoyed doing that. Jenny, nice to see you. You are a lady with a beard. Look at that. You say bearded lady? Jenny shows up here. Nice to see you again, Jenny. Thank you for your humor. Yeah, Jenny is a transgendered person. The first time I met Jenny, she's like, what do you think about transgendered people? I'm like, well, you're nice. And so she is a supporter, and I appreciate you. Bearded Jenny, the Clevenger. Good to have you here. But have a wonderful day. I'm glad that many of you were here to experience your spiritual entertainment in the morning. I will see you later on today for your spiritual entertainment.